to your left as we take a tour downriver. We bring you inside Fenway Park for Mariner baseball tonight, the first of 3 here on the second leg of this road trip for the Seattle Mariners. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew with you. Here's a look at the Mariner batting order that will face Eduardo Rodriguez.
And the Mariners 6th in hitting, 7th in runs scored. Robinson Cano, a couple of hits yesterday and an RBI. You can see what he's done in the month of May. 432, 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. Good to have him back off the disabled list. Nelson Cruz, the cleanup hitter, and the DH. His home run yesterday, his 12th home run on the year. Mike Zunino will round out the 9 for the Mariners. For Rodriguez, a talented pitcher. This will be his 9th start on the year. 3-1 record. See his ERA just over 3. 18 walks, over 55 strikeouts. Good fastball at 93 miles an hour. He has a changeup and a slider. His changeup is his best off-speed pitch. You will see that quite a bit today. And a look at the defense. All the outfielders for the Red Sox can really throw. Be aware of that. Bogart's at shortstop, just 3 errors on the year. Rutledge is at second base. Pedroia getting the night off. Vasquez will be doing the catching. Tough to run on him. He's thrown out 43% of the runners in his career.
We are ready for action. Mariners feeling great, coming off the win yesterday in Washington. First pitch to Gene Segura in there for a strike. Who played umpire tonight? Ryan Blakeney, Bruce Dreckman at first, Mike Everett at second, and Jordan Baker at third. Segura 2 for 4 in yesterday's game.
Again, for Rodriguez, he likes his fastball. He has a good fastball. First time through the lineup, he will throw it about 80% of the time. And then as the game moves on, he'll mix in his changeup and slider.
Foul back up this way. Last year here in Boston for the Mariners, they won 8-4, lost 6-2 and 2-1. Went 2-2 against the Sox in Seattle. That is a foul ball. I was talking to some people when I got here to the ballpark. It's a dangerous spot down there. Right-handers, they hook one down. It's on you in less than a heartbeat.
Well, you can see the fastball, changeup, slider. Again, his changeup is best off-speed pitch. Opponent's hitting just 119 on his changeup.
This one to right field for Mookie Betts. 1 out. .59 degrees here. Said it was going to rain in the 3 to 5 o'clock window. They had to tarp out. Turned out not to be a factor. Did not rain. There's Guillermo Heredia. 1 for 5 in a Mariners 4-2 win yesterday at Washington. Salvage a game in that series.
Reverse splits for Rodriguez. Left-handers actually hitting better against him than righties. Lefties hitting .313, righties just .182, and it's because of the changeup.
Base hit for Guillermo. Well stroked. And Cindy gets it back in. First base runner for the Mariners. Didn't get their first base runner yesterday till a 1-out double by Seager in the 5th.
And Heredia can hit a fastball. Fastball middle in, hits it hard into left field.
Guillermo's aboard. Digging in his hole right now at home plate. Robbie Cano, good to have him back. Came back Tuesday, open up the series against the Washington Nationals. Put the shift on for Robbie. That's a strike. Robbie, career .305 hitter. There you go, against the Red Sox with 24 homers and 114 runs batted in. 14 home runs here in this ballpark. Broken bat ground ball. Taking it to first, Mitch Moreland. Nobody guarding third, but that was corrected by Xander Bogaerts, who runs over to third. Keep Heredia at second. that is a play you have to really be aware of in this day and age. When you were playing, it wasn't like you were playing in the dinosaur age by any stretch of the imagination, but the shifting then is not what it is now.
It wasn't even close.
Right,
or as often.
And I always think of Johnny Damon in the '09 World Series where he beat everybody to third against the Phillies in the World Series.
You definitely have to be aware of what's going on the infield.
Here is Mr. Cruz, big home run yesterday. Mariners were down 2-0. And he hit home run number 12 and took his RBI total to 40. Phillies' 3-run homer coming in the 6th inning after Washington had taken a 2-0 lead. Four-time All-Star. That is vitally important to the Mariner offense. 1-0 pitch. Woo! Catching up with guys in the clubhouse for the Red Sox and Rick Porcello. He goes Sunday. Cy Young Award winner last year. Couldn't say enough good things about Cruz. He said, yeah, he's taking me deep. And he talked about how smart Cruz is as a hitter, especially for a power hitter. We see that every day.
Yeah, and you look at his numbers, the 12 home runs, the 40 RBIs, but he's hitting 296. Last year he was right around 300 all year. He's a good hitter.
Recently, a week 10 days ago, he was in the top 10 in the league. Got pulled on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at second, just underway here in Boston.
362 average with runners in scoring position. Last pitch from Rodriguez was the changeup, well off the plate away.
Long look by Rodriguez. Chopper. Rodriguez takes care of. Throws out Cruz, and the Mariners are done in the first. No runs they hit. No errors, and the man left. Giovanni Gallardo taking the mound. See how he does when we come back. Looking to rebound from a tough performance in his last outing. He's in search of win number 3. Here's the batting order he'll face here tonight.
The Red Sox first in hitting, 5th in runs scored. Xander Bogaerts hitting 3rd, 335 batting average for him, and he's 8 for 8 in stolen bases. Mitch Moreland, the former Ranger, he will hit 5th in the lineup, a 7-game hitting streak for him, so he has been hot lately. And Christian Vasquez, the catcher, hitting 8th in the lineup, a 338 batting average, 4th highest among catchers with 75 at-bats. Gallardo, this will be his 10th start, 2-4 record, a 5.84 ERA. Last outing was a tough one for him. Trying to bounce back from that.
There's Mookie Betts, 286, 7 homers, 30 runs batted in. 2 for 4. And yesterday's win against the Texas Rangers. Red Sox played some good ball lately, getting the final game of a 4-game set against Oakland. Here's a shot right to center field. Guillermo's got it. There's one down.
Well, look at the defense already making the play in center field. Taylor Motter will get the start in left field. Gamble out in right. Kyle Seager is at third base. Robinson Cano, just one error on the year. He will be at second base. Mike Zunino doing the catching this evening. Gallardo in his last outing against the White Sox. Again, 3 2/3, 9 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned through 75 pitches in his last outing, 45 for strikes.
First inning gave up 4 runs on 3 hits. A titanic home run by Garcia, Abisail Garcia. Here's young Andrew Benintendi, one of the bright young prospects in all of baseball. Saw him get his first big league hit. Was in Seattle last summer, last August.
Giovanni has had a good fastball this year. His average fastball at 92 miles an hour. We've already seen 93 in this ball game. Slider, curve, changeup for him.
The key's been fastball command. He's been high with it a lot.
It's interesting when you look at his numbers, and you would think it would be different, but opponent's average against him is 50 points lower on the road than at home. At home, over 300 for the batting average. And you dig a little bit deeper, and he tends to command the outside of the strike zone on the road better than he has at home, and that's where his issues fall. Either walks or getting into hitters' counts have hurt him, and so hopefully that won't be the case today. But I like the fact that he's pitched away on the road, and you have to do that to the right-handed hitters in this ballpark.
Xander Bogaerts, their shortstop. No Dustin Pedroia tonight. Left knee injury, which was injured against Baltimore, and then last night they played in very wet conditions. Pitch inside, John Farrell did not want to take any chances. I'm not going to risk losing Pedroia, so he is not in the lineup tonight. There's John. Woo! Man's a lot better tonight so far through here in the third batter.
7 pitches, 5 strikes for him.
Breaking ball, good looking pitch. Bogaerts, hear him say, thought it was a little high.
It's curveball.
Straight up in the infield for him. Fights it off. Past first base coach Ruben Amaro Jr., former Phillies GM. Veteran Brian Butterfield coaching at third. There's Ruben.
Excellent fastball on the last pitch. 94 with some run to it on the inside corner. He elevated it above the belt and jammed him with it.
One-two pitch. 2-2. Big atmospheric change here in Boston. No Big Papi David Ortiz, who's retired. You can feel it in the clubhouse. Music wasn't on. Everybody's reading their phones or iPads. Swing and a miss, and that's a good start to this ball game for Giovanni Gallardo. A 1-2-3 first with a strikeout. Second inning coming up. with a group outing at Safeco Field. Whether you're organizing a school family night, fundraising for a nonprofit organization, or planning a party, you'll receive discounted tickets for groups of 20 or more. Details at mariners.com/groups. We have a humongously ugly cloud mass beyond right field here at Wrigley. I'm naming everybody. At Fenway Park. That thing is huge. It's covering a big piece of land well beyond right field.
It could stay over there.
Amen,
Let's get
brother.
the game in, and I want to walk back to the hotel after the game. It's a great
walk.
It's a great walk. Kyle Seager stepping in.
Seager, Valencia, and Mater.
Talked about it in the open. A lot of the Mariners have had success against the Red Sox and here in this ballpark. Kyle is one of them. Showed just .317 career batting average. And again, left-handers have hit Rodriguez this year compared to righties.
Shift on for Mr. Seager with Josh Rutledge out in short right field. 2 balls, 1 strike. I want to make a prediction. When's the home run torrent come for Mr. Seager? Sitting on 4 home runs. Here we are, May 26th.
Yeah, surprised. You consider how consistent he was last year, hitting 5 home runs in every month of the season last year to end up with 30. We've seen signs of it. Then he'll hit a home run, and then all of a sudden he's not. He'll go a week where you just don't see it again. So hopefully it'll start happening soon. When you look at the Mariners overall, one of the surprises, even with the year that Nelson is having and Robbie, is the Mariners are 13th in home runs. Now that being said, the Red Sox, a very good team, they're 15th in home runs.
Yeah.
So
it's unusual to see that. Take a look at the dimensions at venerable Fenway Park. 310 on the left field line, left center 379, 389 straight away, right center 420. That's where you need your 5-iron out there, and 302 down the right field line. Pesky pole. That thing hits down in the corner, can roll around, and it cause all kinds of trouble down that right field line. Here's Danny Valencia, 0 for 6 career against Rodriguez. Danny 1 for 3 in yesterday's game.
and a base hit back up the middle.
Tell you what, great was it for the boys to win that game after being outscored 41-5. Previous 5 games.
I just like the way that they played yesterday too. It was a good ball game to begin with. Well pitched on both sides. Miranda was really special yesterday. And then to watch the guys in the bullpen do exactly what it is that you want them to do, including Diaz, who ended up getting the save and was topping out at 99 miles an hour. He looked great. And of course, Cruz and Cano driving in the runs.
5 guys out of the bullpen allowed 3 hits, no runs, struck out 3. Meanwhile, last night the Red Sox struck out 20 in their win against the Rangers. And Pomeranz had 11. That tied a major league record.
Heredia was able to reach in the first, made it to second base, and was stranded there. Now you have Kyle over at first. As you watch this game and this series, Red Sox, their catchers really throw the ball well, including Vasquez tonight. He's thrown out 43%.
And he drives one left field on the line. Off the monster. Digging for third is Seager. Coming to second. Going to be a close play. And he's out. Valencia thrown out at second after hitting a laser shot off the green monster.
Danny thought he was in there. It's one of the things you have to be aware of in this ballpark. And the Red Sox outfielders certainly aware. But the ball will come off the green monster, and it's close. It's a short throw into second base. Like a changeup, 82 miles an hour.
Jackie Bradley Jr. Mike was talking about the great arm. Second base umpire is Mike Everett.
I'm not going to challenge it.
Nope. It's a single. 8-4 put up. Come safe right here. And comes off the bag right there before you get that hand down. And Mike Everett was in good position to see it. Nice job. Man at third. And time call. Taylor Motter is the hitter.
These are the situations in this ballpark over the weekend. You have to pick these runners up. The way the Red Sox are swinging the bats, issues that the Mariners have had with the health of their pitching. You cannot leave runners at third.
Taylor's got a good 2-0 count here, coming off an 0-for-2 performance yesterday. He certainly was jack of all trades yesterday, playing in left, right, and at second base. Line drive, Benintendi is there. Gets it back in. There's 2 outs.
In most ballparks, that is going to be a base hit. But because the wall is so close, the outfielders will play even more shallow, because if the ball is over their head, it's probably going to be off the monster. So what would normally be a base hit and a line drive ends up in shallow left field. Benintendi able to make the catch. It really doesn't do Kyle any good to tag up there. No chance to score on it. It's so shallow.
Ben Gamel now. 2 outs, runner at third.
With runners in scoring position, the Mariners as a team hitting .236, 0-for-2 so far tonight.
Gamel played in Wednesday's game, went 1-for-3. Trying to pick up that run with 2 outs.
Mariners a little bit unfortunate in the inning. Rodriguez, the 2 outs he's recorded are 2 baseballs that were hit about as hard as you could hit them. Line drive off the wall, and then the line drive from Taylor Motter.
2-2. Looking for a big knock here. Three and two. Rodriguez pitching with runners in scoring position, giving up 273 batting average. Here we go, straight up in the infield. It's how they play. Gamel pitch, swing, and this runner stranded at third. Tough break after the walk, and a base hit gets Seager over to third. He's left standing there. No score here in Boston. Baseball here on Root Sports, being brought to you by Clearwater Casino. So many reasons to come out and play. By Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at Safeco.com. Do more. And by Primera Blue Cross, your hometown health plan for 84 years. It's one of the iconic signs here in Boston, and the late, great former Red Sox and Mariner, Dave Henderson, used to call it the See It Go sign. It's only Hendu.
Of course he did.
It's only Hendu could. God rest his soul. What a good guy. Beyond left field. Prominent right here at the ballpark. You look at Hanley Ramirez, DH. He's followed by Mitch Moreland and Josh Rutledge.
Eleven pitches, 8 strikes for Gallardo in the first inning. A 1-2-3 first. Also picked up a strikeout.
Seager can't get it. That'll go to the corner. Hanley out of the box. Get an easy double. Hanley in his 13th year in the big leagues out of Samana in the Dominican Republic. Countryman with Robinson Cano.
Fastball going to the inside corner, probably just off the plate. He jams him. Soft line drive over Kyle's head.
So Ramirez at second, leadoff double. Brings up Mitch Moreland. We have seen plenty of him. 31-year-old from out of Mississippi State. 7 years with Texas. He's got some pop. This one will go right to Segura. Throw him out. So 1 out, runner to third. So Moreland gets the job done in that regard. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Josh Rutledge now will swing it. Another product out of the Southeastern Conference. He went to Roll Tide, University of Alabama. With the Rockies for 3 seasons. His 3rd year with the Red Sox. Limited action last year, 28 games. Most action they've seen is with Colorado back in 14. So foul back.
Mariners infield is back. A ground ball. Will score a run.
Rutledge can play third. He can play second. He's playing second base tonight with Dustin Pedroia. Balky knee, and again, John Farrell, manager, does not want to take any chances. He's valuable starting second baseman. Up the middle, Cano throws across his body to retire him. The run scores. And the Red Sox have a 1-0 lead. RBI ground out for Rutledge, his 6th run batted in.
That's the reason why you have your infield back early in the game. Yes, it costs them a run, but if the infield is playing in, that's probably a base hit. And now you're looking at a big inning. Nice backhanded play by Cano.
And again, he's got that whip of an arm. And he was backing up and still got that a lot on that throw. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. slicing drive into the corner. Jackie digging for 2. Here's the throw by Motter. Not in time. 2-out double by Jackie Bradley Jr. Keeps this inning going.
First pitch fastball on the outside corner, running away from him. It is belt high as he lines it into left field. Well played by Taylor Motter in left. Strong throw into second base.
Jackie Bradley Jr. with a double, his 3rd of the season. There's Christian Vasquez, the catcher. Limon, Puerto Rico. Product of the Puerto Rican Baseball Academy. The theme for Gallardo, as we talked about it coming in here, stay out of the big inning. See if we can just keep it to 1 run here.
Yeah. Stay out of the middle of the plate. Quality first pitch strike right on the corner. Another one.
Time granted. Just 57 games for Vasquez last year. 227 average, 1 homer, 12 runs batted in. It's blocked by Mike Zunino. Red Sox have won the last 4 ball games. They come in with a record of 25-21, 3 games behind first place New York and a half game behind the Orioles. And the always competitive National League East, and Tampa Bay having a good year. We'll see them next weekend at this time in Seattle. Tampa Bay at 25-25. And Toronto closing in on 500 as well, 21-26. Here's how the matchup looks. Batting average, runs per game. The Sox 3rd in the major leagues behind the Yankees and Houston in runs scored. There's a love. Eventually, when they get starters back, the regulars back, that ERA will go down. Right now, they're dead last in ERA. Tonight, James Paxton down at Little Rock, Arkansas, getting ready. Hopefully we'll see him on Wednesday against Colorado. Hopefully the reports will be good out of Little Rock tonight. Three and two, they count. 2 outs. A run in and a fast runner at second base, Jackie Bradley Jr. And he lost it. First walk. Two on now for third baseman Devin Marrero.
25 pitches, 17 strikes. His fastball has been 92-94. He has a pretty good slider and curveball tonight. Straight up in the outfield.
He needs an out right here. Marrero hitting a .178. Marrero, born in Miami, went to college at Arizona State, started his big league career as a 17th professional career as a 17th round pick by the Reds in 09. 1-1. Jackie Bradley Jr. at second, Christian Vasquez at first. So 1 and 2, a strike away from getting out of this situation for Gallardo.
He was able to get away with a fastball in the middle of the plate, just above the belt, but it was his best fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Tim Bogart with Scott Service. Had a chance to be at a breakfast get together with Dan Altavilla and Tim Bogart. A lot of Mariner fans who will show you them as we move along here, but a great group from the Pacific Northwest, from Vancouver, from North Central California and Oregon. Group of about 150 people. Big Mariner fans. They send their best to you, Mike.
Appreciate that. Nice to have them out at the ballpark.
1-2. Down low. Nice little breakfast get together. A hotel, matter of fact, right beyond left field. Big pitch here, 2-2. Full count. Herrera batting in the 9 hole, just 178 his batting average, and Gallardo does not want to prolong this inning and get back to Mookie Betts at the top of the order.
Advantage for the Red Sox. Runners are going to take off with the pitch, so even if it's a base hit to left field with Bradley and his speed, getting a running start, he'll be able to score.
Runners go, pitch, ground ball, foul. Jordan Baker, third base umpire. Things you learn when you come here to Fenway Park. A lot of ballparks have tours. We have tours, a lot of them at Safeco Field. Most tours I've ever seen have been here and at Wrigley. Big pitch, 3-2, and swing and a miss. Gallardo gets out of that jam there, prevents further damage, gives up just one, strands two. It's 1-0 Boston. Spoke to this morning, and one lady was so heartbroken the other day when the Mariners were taking on the Chin, but great faith and great love for their ball club, and they came all the way to the East Coast here to watch the Mariners in action. They've come from the greater Seattle area, Vancouver, Fresno, California. Heard a lot of datelines. That gentleman right there is originally the white with the camera with the white Mariner jersey. He's from New York originally, lives out in Seattle area. A lot of good folks, a lot of inquisitive questions. They were wondering how, when the Mariners are going through a tough streak, how the guys bear up through it. And Dan Altavilla, Tim Bogart, they handled it. They handled the questions beautifully. It was a lot of fun being with those folks.
They have their own Mariner party up there.
Yeah, yes they do. Mike Z leading off. 0-1 Zunino. Popped it up. Tindy calls everybody off. One away. Last time we saw Benintendi, his hair was as long as Taylor Motter and Ben Gamble.
The shortstop, number 2,
Rodriguez, giving up no runs on 2 hits through the first 2 and a third. Top of the order, here's Segura. Second time through, flied out to right. Moves his feet nicely. One career start for Rodriguez against the Mariners last August 1st. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Gene hooks this one foul, pulls it foul. Oh, look out, look out! Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, the guy fell down 2 rows. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad he was on the 5th row and not the 2nd. Oh my goodness. Holy mackerel. Wow. Oh. Jeez. Down the first base line. Totally lost his balance. Rodriguez in that matchup last year with the Mariners came out of it with a no decision. Here's the 1-2.
Mariners winning yesterday 4-2, and one of the things that Scott Servais was talking about today is he was happy to see them creating opportunities throughout the game. And that's something that they've done a really good job of this year. I had him 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, but it's the amount of opportunities, and eventually you're going to get him to score. You'd like to see him get back to that. So far, they've got a runner in scoring position in each of the first 2 innings of this game.
Get back to where they were about 3 weeks ago. 1-2 pitch.
Really, they were on a pretty good run. Just almost overnight stopped when Cano went on the disabled list.
Isn't that the truth? 2-2 pitch. Look out. Almost got Carl Willis, former Mariner pitching coach, down in the dugout.
Great guy.
Oh, you know what? I missed him today. He's going to be riding me hard because his North Carolina Tar Heels won the national championship. That'll be about the second thing he says tomorrow.
And you almost saw it. You said that Segura is probably going to get a hit on a ball that bounces. That was almost in the dirt. And he hit a line drive right at Carl Willis.
That's one of the things that Bogart talked about today at the breakfast get-together. It says the team and the coaches get on Segura because he's got the short arms. He's got the alligator arms. He said he can get to anything.
Can't get jammed.
That's right. Hit it hard. Base hit into the gap. Out of the box hard. Going for extra bases. Bradley's got the good throwing arm. Here's the play. It's well offline. And a 1-out double for Gene Segura, his 9th of the season. That was a wonderful at bat. Wow.
9 pitches, and this pitch is probably down out of the strike zone as he lines it back up the middle. Bradley able to cut it off, and as Dave mentioned, a strong throwing arm, but a double for Segura. You can see the changeup down out of the strike zone, but he stays with it. It's barreled up.
That is impressive. Guillermo Heredia got the Mariners' first hit, a base hit to left, first inning. Woo! 1-0 on a second inning RBI ground out by Josh Rutledge.
That was a great look at the circle changeup from Rodriguez. An opponent's hitting just 119 on his changeup on the year, so it's rare to see a line like Segura just did.
That's got to be the best batting average we've seen so far in changeups this year. I mean, that's outstanding. 119?
Yeah.
Jeez.
A pretty good pitch for him.
Already had been in a slump, came out of it a couple of days ago. He'd been 0 for 11 and he went 2 for 4 2 games ago. Checks his swing here. Check down to Bruce Streckman. He did not go. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Hit the ball hard his first time up. Solid base hit into left field.
Already looking to improve on his .214 batting average, runners in scoring position. Time called. Christian Vasquez going out and talk to his pitcher. Chance to tie this thing up here. Got Robbie Cano on deck. Woo! 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here we go. A lot of room out there for Guillermo. 2-2. Fouled off.
And Rodriguez trying to keep the fastball in on his hands. Almost probably middle in. See the other pitches just off the inside corner.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Rodriguez. There's 2 away now. Runner at second here in the 3rd inning. Sriracha Night. It's back Wednesday, June 7th. $35. You can snag a ticket. Mariners Sriracha beanie and sunglasses plus a voucher for 1 Sriracha menu item. Like fish tacos, pizza, honey walnut prawns, milkshakes, and more. These special offers available only at mariners.com/sriracha. And I think that is the woman who he's related to by marriage reading him the riot act. And he's losing, and losing quickly. Throw my 2 cents in. Hey, I can buy you a box of balls, pal.
I'm just glad he's okay.
Seriously, he tumbled down. It was scary. A couple of rows.
Robbie grounded out to first his first time up.
Just put a topper on this. This guy's about 6-7 rows up. Thank goodness he was that far up and he fell down. It's now sinking. It looks like it's sinking in on him. Fell head over heels. The daughter's reacting like she just seen a cartoon. That was the real deal, sweetheart.
We'll hear about it for a while.
Oh my goodness. Robbie's going to have to battle here with 2 strikes. They got second baseman way out in right field for him. Rounded out. Moreland, the first baseman, and his initial at bat.
Yesterday in the 7th inning, fell behind and was able to pick up a base hit and drive in a run.
Two for 4 against Rodriguez. Good speed out there at Segura at second. 2 down. He takes off for third. Walk into third.
With 2 outs, they just gave it to him.
Something's got to give here. 1-2. Cano trying to pick up a run. Tied this baby up. And Segura had a substantial lead. And now Marrero, third baseman.
I think it's Bogarts.
Oh, Bogarts, beg your pardon.
Yeah.
I tried to shortstop. Cat and mouse. Bouncing ball to Moreland. He'll take it himself. Runner stranded. That's a runner stranded in each of the first 3 innings. The guy in the red shirt, dude, you were all over TV, pal. Yes, you were. Thankfully, you're still there where you are right now. Good that you can laugh about it this time. Rutledge RBI ground out. Home third here at Fenway. Here's Mookie Betts. Marcus Lynn Betts out of Nashville, Tennessee. Light out the center first time.
Second time through the lineup. Gallardo has had good fastball command tonight. 33 pitches, 22 strikes.
Betts led the American League, 672 at bats last year. Gallardo did a good job to get out of trouble. First and second, 2 outs, strikeout of Marrero, the third baseman. Limit the Sox to a run. Nice job, Danny Valencia, covering Gallardo. Well done. Let's check in with Angie Menting. All right, Angie, thank you very much. We got 1 out here, and it brings up Andrew Benintendi. Popped out to Seager. Put Segura on the right side of the infield for him, leaving Seager by his lonesome. Out back. That ground ball goes right to Segura. 2 down. CenturyLink brings you what's next. Rob Whalen get the start tomorrow. That's what he did at Tacoma. 0-2 with a 4.09. Goes against Brian Johnson, a great friend of Mike Zunino, teammates at the University of Florida. Left-hander making his another go-around here with the Red Sox.
Rob will be the 12th starter already for the Mariners this year.
There's Bogaerts. Struck out on a 2-2 pitch. Coming into this game, how about this stat? Aaron Charlton, one of the great stat guys in the business out in California, sent me this earlier today that Bogaerts had not swung at the first pitch in 58 straight plate appearances. He did it on that one. I don't believe he did the first time, so that would be 60.
That's rare in today's game.
We'll see.
Maybe he had a conversation with Wade Boggs.
Joe Castiglione, long time, 35 years, voice of the Red Sox, said that's the only name that came to mind when I told him that number. There's Wade, Hall of Famer. Pedro Martinez on the left. Jackie Robinson's 42 on the right. Off the heel. Man, that's going to be a base hit. Tough break there.
And the only chance he has is to try to barehand it. Now, coming off his heel, the ball is spinning sideways, but watch Cano after it gets past him and he tries to go get it right away, and he's dealing with that quad. And after he was able to get over to the ball, he was bent over for a little bit. That quick direction change is something that we were talking about earlier this year, Dave, with Nelson Cruz and the hamstring. Because he's just hitting, he can control what he's doing. But once you get out into the field, it's difficult to do that, and I think that grabbed him a little bit.
They're shaking it off. Hanley Ramirez doubled to left and scored in the second. Hanley played 2 games with Boston back in 05 and then spent a long time with the Marlins, 2006 through 2012. Dodgers 12, 13, and 14, and now his 3rd full season with the Sox. Ramirez, a 3-time All-Star. We were talking about atmospheric change here with Big Papi gone.
Yeah.
3-time, I mean, his credentials are ridiculous. 3-time world champion. He hit .315, 38, and 127 last year. Was it 41, 42 years old? I mean, it was unbelievable. 14 years in Boston, hit 483 home runs. The personality void.
Yeah.
It is just.
You can feel it in the ballpark.
Oh, it's like the Grand Canyon. And that's asking for a lot for somebody. Nobody's really stepped up and filled that leadership void. I was told by a bunch of people that Pedroia does it by example, but there's no real follow me boys kind of guy like Ortiz. 1-1 pitch.
Well, maybe one of the younger players will grow into him. Look at Betts and Bradley and Bogaerts.
They get some good ones there.
Benintendi.
Again, we hope to get word to you on James Paxton pitching down in Little Rock tonight. Hopefully all's going to go well, and we'll see him Wednesday against Colorado when we get home.
Still stretching and trying to take care of that quad. 3-1 count. Gallardo has to make a quality pitch right here. Something away.
Ton of room. Right field here at Fenway Park. 3-1 pitch. Walked the second walk. 2 outs, 2 on.
And it looked like a perfect pitch, 3-1. Didn't get the call. There it is, the 5th pitch. He executed it exactly the way he wanted to. We'll bring up Mitch Moreland. Moreland grounded out his first time up.
Signed as a free agent early December last year. 7 years with Texas, 3 20-plus home run seasons for the Rangers. One time it was what, Moreland, Smoke, and Chris Davis all in that organization. It's the 5th man to swing it here in the 3rd inning. Out short right field. Segura guarding up the middle. He's gone 2-0. He needs it out. 2-0 count here to Moreland. Dangerous hitter. 3-0. So some anxious moments for the skipper. On deck hitter Josh Rutledge, infield RBI, 2nd inning. Brought in the only run.
It was looking like it was going to be a quick inning. His first couple of hitters out. Ball hits him on the heel of his foot. Base it to Bogarts, then the walk to Ramirez, and now behind 3-0.
Wow, not close. Bases are loaded. Popping out of the dugout as expected. Mel Stoudemire Jr., the pitching coach. All of a sudden he gets the 2 outs. Tough break. The ball hits off his heel, and then back-to-back walks. A 3-1 count, a 3-0 count.
I think he's fine. Last fastball was 95 miles an hour. Just spiked it 2 in a row. I think sometimes, especially when you're in this ballpark, your runner's in scoring position, all of a sudden you get really careful with everything that you do. You don't want to make any mistakes in the middle of the plate, and that's when you start falling behind hitters and it costs you.
Rutledge. 2nd time for him. Gallardo really needs an out. Rutledge 1 for 2 with an RBI in last night's 6-2 win over Texas, completing a 3-game sweep. Red Sox outscored Texas in those 3 games 26-12. Gallardo needs a strikeout or a ball hit right at somebody. Rutledge 3 for 19 with a homer. The bases loaded in his brief career. 2-1.
Playing him to hit the ball the other way in the outfield.
Two-one pitch. Fly ball towards the line. Gamble got room, needed it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left. He keeps it a 1-0 Red Sox lead. Trail 1-0. And tell you what, take a look at this list. Look at the company he keeps here in our T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball Break. Highest OPS at Fenway Park as an opponent all time. And Don Lenhart, I'm told, St. Louis Browns, Chicago White Sox, and the Red Sox traded for him twice. But Nelson Cruz with Killebrew, Mantle, Alvin Davis, Joe D, Roy Howell, Lou Gehrig, Frank Robinson. What was it the other day? There was a big question: who's the greatest right-hand? For your money, who's the greatest right-hand hitter?
Yeah, they had a list of 6 or so. Yeah.
And you went with Frank, or you were close to going with Frank?
No, I went with Hank Aaron, but I felt that there was an argument to be made for Frank.
Oh my goodness, 586 home runs, as you mentioned, MVP
both leagues. Yeah.
A wonderful player, great player. Nelson Cruz sitting on 296 career home runs. He's looking to become the 9th active player with 300 bombs. And it's an impressive list. Swing and a miss. The list: Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera, Adrian Beltre, Carlos Beltran, Edwin Encarnacion, Jose Bautista, Adrian Gonzalez. You got Holiday. Matt Holliday, Matt Holliday, that is good stuff.
And you can see how careful he is being. 94 off the plate away. He's able to get a strike with a changeup.
Cruz, Seager, and Valencia 4, 5, and 6 here for the Mariners in the 4th. Woo! 2-2.
I don't think Nelson liked that call.
No. Everybody deep on the infield. Pitch way inside.
He doesn't say much, but when he's not happy, he takes a little bit more time getting back in the box.
That is a definite tell. 3-2. Got on top of that one.
Didn't want to challenge him off speed pitch again at 87 miles an hour. Right at the bottom of the strike zone.
To Nelly. Hit it hard. Mitch Moreland gives some ground. Well done as he gets it to Rodriguez. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Mattress Firm. Weekend here in Boston, that's a good thing. And then we go to Colorado, go to Denver for Monday and Tuesday, Memorial Day weekend. And then we'll see the Rockies Wednesday, Thursday to open up a good-looking homestand. Tampa Bay playing some good ball, and Longoria hasn't even got going yet. Twins come to town. They're playing really well, and the Blue Jays are starting to make a move, being carried by Mr. Bautista lately.
I think Donaldson was back in their lineup tonight. Tulowitzki also.
That's a big.
Both of them have been on the DL.
That's a great time here for those Blue Jays. Minnesota leads the Central starting today by 2 over Cleveland. 25-18. Paul Molitor's crew doing a lot of things right. 0-1 to Seager. Now 0-2.
Talking about the Twins, it looks like Miguel Sano has figured things out. He is scary.
You knew that was going to happen,
yeah.
too. A couple of balls we've seen him hit the last couple of years. Good grief.
He's amazing. As big as he is, what a good athlete he is.
Nimble feet.
Great arm.
Oh, that's going to die. That's going to be a base hit. 4th hit for the Mariners.
Second time Kyle has been on. Walked his first time up.
Yeah, Sano, remember he made a play against the Mariners and he threw a ball, and you had a great arm. And that, I mean,
yeah,
clothesline.
Yeah, it was.
There was no humping.
Play. No,
yeah.
It was a great play. As Kyle picks up a base hit, he's going to get jammed a little bit, but he'll take the base hit.
Danny Valencia Lined one off the wall, tried to stretch it for a double, got thrown out by Jackie Bradley Jr.
Put a dent in the monster.
All that damage you did against Tim Wakefield, the knuckleballer with the Red Sox, was that here or was that in Seattle? Or both?
Both. Probably more in the Kingdom.
How'd you hit here in general?
I feel like I hit pretty well. I like it here, I know that. I enjoyed coming here to play in the games. It was a lot of fun.
With your swing, it was built for you as a right-handed guy who'd like to go the other way.
A lot of room out in right center field here.
2-0 to Danny. 1-0 on a second inning RBI ground out by second baseman Josh Rutledge. 2 strikeouts by Rodriguez, 1 walk.
I think it's an advantage for left-handed hitters in this ballpark, and I think that's the reason why Ortiz really played well here and drove in a lot of runs.
Yes.
Yes. Another pretty good one here in the ballpark tonight. Fred Lynn is here.
Freddie's here. Old broadcast partner. This 75 season was crazy good. 2-1 here to Valencia. Woo! Oh, that surprised Danny, and for good reason.
Yeah. That's a ball.
Blakeney, the plate umpire tonight, they'll agree to disagree. Two pitch. He does have good bat speed.
And he turns it loose. The ball jumps off of his bat. Just keeps working his way back off to such a slow start the first couple of weeks. Much better, especially over the last 2 to 3 weeks, I would say.
And then the door opens when Vogelback. That didn't work. He essentially got the job back. He gets a blow every now and then with Motter moving in at first base. 2-2. That's a nice turn on a slow roller. Double play. Mariners gone in the 4th. 1-0 Sox. Root Sports brought to you by Virginia Mason Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. by your local Northwest Chevy dealer and the new face of strong Chevy Silverado. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. I-90, take that due west, run you right back to Safe Goal Field. This week coming from Fenway Park. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Always a pleasure coming here to Boston. Mariners went 1-2 here last year. Had a good time in 2014. They swept all 3 games. Bottom third of the order. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. Double to left. And was left stranded there with 2 outs as Gallardo pitched his way out of trouble, striking out Marrero to end that inning and limit Boston to 1 run. Looking back, ground ball. Cano has to scoot a little bit. And a good throw to get Jackie Bradley Jr. Bill Kruger joins us right now from our studios. And what did you think of the escape job done by Mr. Gallardo in the 2nd inning?
Bill, I have to ask you, though, how much of it is this ballpark, do you think?
I think that's a solid game plan. I can see Mel Stoudemire telling him just that. All right, Bill, thanks so much. Catch up to you again later on in the ballgame and on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. 1 out, 2-1 count here. Christian Vasquez. 2-2. Why not be aggressive here, right?
We were talking about it earlier. There's a corner out there towards center field, 420. Into the bullpen, it's 380.
Yankee Stadium averaging 3.6 more, almost more than twice as much as Fenway.
You can pitch to right center field here. And that's what he's been trying to do. And he's done a nice job of it.
Full count to Vasquez, the catcher, batting in the 8 hole, followed by Devin Marrero, the 3rd baseman. Yes, underneath of diving Danny Valencia. 4th hit. 4th hit for the Sox. A Safe Go Field's going to be rocking Friday, June 2nd. After the Mariners-Rays game, fans will enjoy sounds of Seattle. Big fireworks night presented by T-Mobile. Set the soundtrack of local rock bands including Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Jimi Hendrix, and more. So grab your tickets at mariners.com. Marrero struck out on a 3-2 pitch, ending the 2nd. With runners at 1st and 2nd. Limited action in the last 2 seasons. A total of 38 games, 1 homer, 3 runs batted in. For Gallardo, His 7th career start against the Red Sox, a record of 2-2, but a big ERA at 5.28. It's through the hole. Base hit and bobbled out there by Gamble. Runner gets to third.
Base hit, E9, and Ben, unfortunately, it looked as if he lifted his head up a little bit early before he had the ball. Ended up leaving it behind him.
But he had it in his glove, didn't roll up in it.
Gallardo will have to get a double play. Ben's first error of the year.
Runners at the corners, 1 out. Top of the order, Mookie Betts. Fly to center and the ground out to first. Ball 1. Very easily see Mookie Betts develop into a big-time clubhouse. Later, Joe Castiglione, longtime radio guy, said he's as media-friendly and just a good person as you ever want to meet. 4th year with the Sox, and he's putting together team dinners. Just a good person to be around. Mookie Betts, last year, career best 318, 31, and 113. The All-Star team. 5th round pick back in 2011. A 1-1 count. Double play opportunity. There's 1, 2. Needed it. Got it. Beautiful. Got the ground ball he wanted. Keep this a 1-0 lead for the Sox. Here in Boston. Time now for a Geico This State in MLB history. Take you back to 1959. The guy they called the Kitten, Harvey Haddix, throws 12 perfect innings versus the Braves, but loses 1-0 in the 13th inning. Joe Adcock RBI double. What happened? Adcock was a home run, and he passed Henry Aaron on the way around, and he was credited with just a double. And they win the game 1-0. Harvey Haddix had a nice career, 14 years, 136 wins with Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Philly, Baltimore, and Cincinnati. With the '60 Pirate team that won the World Championship, went 11-10 that year. Here's Taylor Motter.
Bad luck for him, his first at bat. Hit a line drive right at the left fielder for an out.
fact, on Harvey Haddock's won Game 7, 1960 World Series. For the Buccos, 1-1 here to Mater, followed by Gamble and Zunino. If you're going up and seeing Rodriguez now for the second and soon to be the third time, what's different since the game started?
I think that you have to sell out on the fastball still. He will throw it more the first time through, but still it's going to be at a high percentage, and I just think that's a pitch that you don't want to miss. His changeup has been so good this year.
2-2. And Gamble's on deck. 1-0 on a second inning RBI ground out. Josh Rutledge, the second baseman. 3-2 to Mater. One of the Mariner vacationers were asking who is the guy that keeps things loose in the clubhouse, and Dan Altavilla said it's Taylor Mater. Fly ball right field for Mookie Betts. 1 down. Get Sounder Train and Link Light Rail tickets right to your phone. Riding is easy with the Transit Go Ticket app. Bring up Ben Gamble, struck out on a 3-2 pitch, ending the second inning. Good look at Fenway Park. We still haven't gone out to the seats on top of the Monster. Been inside the Monster.
I haven't either.
And the first or second time I came here in this position, I remember I was in there with somebody, I think it was Rick Riz.
It was.
And all of a sudden, I started hearing these hammers, this pounding on the metal scoreboard out there. And it was Terry Francona hitting fungos. He'd come out, he knew he'd scare the heck out of us, and he did.
Do you remember when they put the seats in on top of the Monster? How long ago was that?
We got some great guys here on the Boston crew, early 2000s, where they won that World Series in 04.
Oh, it's been a while now.
Yeah. 2 to Ben. Those seats are a big attraction. 2003 season, we're told, first season. Those seats. John Jacobson coming up with that valuable fact again. 2-2. Mike Zunino. Rodriguez has struck out 2, walked 1, giving up no runs on 4 hits. Woo! Right, 3 called. 2 down.
Going for the outside corner, probably just off the plate. Vasquez does a nice job to frame it.
He's got service run yesterday by Adam Homari. Went out to protect Heredia. I didn't say anything to you. Homari said, yes, you did on that Cano pitch on the outside 3 innings ago. And Scott said it stopped him right in straight. Yeah.
Rodriguez now 83 pitches, 50 strikes.
To Mike Z. Very interesting watching Mike go against one of his best buddies, Brian Johnson, battery mates in Florida. Woo! 2 outs, nobody on here in the 5th. First 3 innings, the Mariners left a man on in each of those first 3 frames. Good count here for Mike. And he's aboard with a walk. Second walk tonight. Bring up the hit machine. Gene Segura got a double. Left center field. Last time up, 1 for 2. John Farrell in his 5th year, cancer survivor. A couple of years ago, managed his organization to the 2013 World Series championship. As a matter of fact, he had his most recent cancer checkup yesterday, and he came back all clear. Woo! Strike 1 to Segura.
Rodriguez at 88 pitches, 53 strikes. He still has a good fastball. He's hit 96 a couple of times in this inning.
Rarity in this day and age here, Mike. He's choked up about, looks like about a finger on the back.
Oh, you're right. It is rare.
Only 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. He pitched 90 coming up. Chopper off the plate. Safe. Good speed. How about those last 3-4 strides by Segura to get it? That was beautiful. He accelerated through that bag. Nice going there by Gene Segura, first and second with 2 outs in the 5th. That is well done. Here we go. Going pretty well here. Just explode through.
Since 2013, he's had the 2nd most infield hits, and you can see he beats it. The number now is 134 for him.
It's a crazy number. Chance for Heredia. He's already singled in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd.
And again, all the outfielders for the Red Sox throw well. Zunino running at 2nd. Probably not a chance to score him on a base hit to left.
Here's how they play Heredia. Here we go, first pitch. Backing up at 3rd. There's Marrero, who's backing up on the pitch. Ball 1. Mariners 0 for 5, runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-0. He's fouled several pitches straight back tonight.
He's been right on it. His timing has been good. It just hasn't been able to square it up. Poor Rodriguez, his season high pitch count wise is 110. You can see he's at 92. Nobody getting loose in the pen for the Red Sox.
Trying to get the Mariners on the board here. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs, 2 on. Here comes Jackie Bradley Jr. Here comes Mookie Betts. Mookie out and runs it. Amongster makes the catch. 1-0 Sox. First of 3 here in Boston. Time now for the Big Fish Casino. Big catch. And here we go. This is some good speed here shown by Mookie Betts. Saved Jackie Bradley a lot of grief. Jackie had a long, was playing deep. Good angle.
And kept the Mariners from tying the game up.
Yeah. Benintendi will lead it off 0 for 2. Popped out to Seager third, grounded out to Segura at short. In the shift is Gene on the right side of the bag here. Gallardo has struck out 2, walked 3. Walks have not hurt him. Gave up leadoff double to Hanley Ramirez in the second. Productive out by Moreland, hitting to the right side, moved into third, and he scored on a Rutledge groundout. He's back in the second inning. 2-1 here to Benintendi. Two and two. Gallardo's got Benintendi, Bogarts, and Ramirez. 2, 3, and 4 here in the 5th inning.
70 pitches, 40 strikes. Last fastball at 93. He's topped out at 95 miles an hour.
Swing and a miss. Zunino throws down to Valencia. Strike out 2-3. One away here in the 5th inning. Strikeout number 3 for Gallardo. Bogarts, strikeout. Comebacker that hit off the heel of Gallardo for a base hit back in the 3rd. Bogarts out of Aruba, signed through this season, 5th year with the Sox. Breaking ball for a strike. Really came of age the last 2 seasons. A career best 320 batting average in 2015. Made the All-Star team last year. 294, career best 21 home runs and career best 89 runs batted in. Offensive force.
And he's only made 3 errors at shortstop this year. Has range, strong throwing arm, consistent player.
Just right there by Gallardo. 1 and 2 strikes. The X-Man did not like that call. 1 and 2 here. Nice pitch by Gallardo, strikes him out. 4 Ks back to back here in the 5th.
And he's shown a couple of good curveballs here in the inning. And he's had the good fastball. You can see the grip. Snoqualmie Casino Supermo. 12-6 curveball in the dirt, right where he wanted to throw it. Gets him to chase it.
Hanley Ramirez. Second inning double run scored and a walk in the 3rd. Runners have had their chances. 0 for 6 runners in scoring position. 5 men on.
Red Sox are 0 for 5 runners in scoring position. Tough night for the hitters.
Well said. He went, said Bruce Streckman. Wind really starting to pick up here. Feels like it's blowing in from right field. Circles around the ballpark. Ramirez, 33 years old, out of the Dominican Republic, town of Samana. Two-one pitch. Over the roof and out of the ballpark. Long foul ball. 2-2.
With that fastball. You could hear him grunt. Just missed the outside corner with it.
Three and two here to Ramirez. 2 outs in the 5th. Base hit. Heredia took his time, a chance to get him. Safe. Hanley rounded hard, shut it down for a couple of steps, then looked up and said, I'm going to give it a shot. And he got in there. His second double tonight.
That's a smart play on his part with 2 outs. Worth taking the chance. He is running hard. Heredia bobbles it out in center field, and by the time he recovers, Ramirez is sliding in.
Two-out base runner in scoring position. Mitch Moreland now. He's got service open for another out here. In this threat here in the 5th. Call it a single and an E8. Second error tonight in the outfield. Gamble had the other one.
Moreland has been hot. 7-game hitting streak.
Target 1-1. It's 59 degrees when we started this ball game. It's down to 55 and the wind has picked up. American flag at center field, blowing almost straight in. A piece of that good looking pitch by Gallardo, 1-2. Rain has started here. 2-2. We've seen enough rain on this trip.
We have.
Man. Told that it's a fast-moving cell going through here, so hopefully that bodes well to be able to play on. The conditions here last night were lousy, and it's sort of reminiscent of what we saw a couple of nights ago in Washington. Two balls, two strikes to Mitch Moreland. Hanley Ramirez at second. He just picked up. Two-two pitch. Laid off. Full count.
Well, you have first base open. Make your pitch. You end up walking him. Start over to the next batter, right-handed hitter Rutledge waiting on deck.
Payoff pitch here, 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Big one for Gallardo. Strikes out 3 in the inning, gives them 5 for the ball game. It's 1-0 Red Sox in the rain. At Fenway Park, first of 3 Mariners in town before we head off to Colorado. Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference in the ball game. Take you back to the Ramirez double here. This is in the 2nd inning, leading off. So an easy double there. And then after moving to 3rd on a productive out by Mitch Moreland, Rutledge with a ground out, and that scores Ramirez, and that's the only tally so far in this ball game. Mariners put 5 men on. And the Red Sox have left 7 men on.
Middle of the lineup here in the 6th. Cano, Cruz, and Seager due up. Nobody getting loose in either bullpen.
Hopefully this fast-moving cell does move out of here quickly. Ground outs the first for Robbie. Solidly stroked center field deep. Going back, Jackie Bradley Jr. turning, and he makes the catch.
The Mariners have hit the ball hard a number of times and have nothing to show for it, including this right here, fastball in the middle of the plate. It's right at the knees. He drops the barrel on it. Takes Bradley right up against the wall.
There's Nelson Cruz. The 2 is grounded out twice. Once to the pitcher and once to the first baseman. It certainly won't shock me if they put a halt to this game for a few minutes and let this cell pass through. Two and 1, and Nelly. Broken bat, ground ball to the second baseman, Rutledge. Overhand flip, 2 away. Two down here in the 6th. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink, what's next? Rob Whalen's got to get a start. That's what he did in Tacoma. And he'll be going against Brian Johnson, a former Florida Gator and a good friend of Mariners catcher, former battery mate Mike Semino. That brings up Kyle Seager, walking a base hit to left. Woo.
100 pitches, 60 strikes, and nobody getting loose.
3 walks, make that 3 strikeouts and 2 walks for Rodriguez. Rifle foul. I made a clean catch. On 1 to Kyle.
Right, Dave. It's raining harder.
Yep. As soon as this 3rd out is recorded, we'll probably shut it down for a few minutes and hope this thing glides through the area. Down the line, that's going to get foul. Plenty of distance.
Sliders and changeups to Kyle. Haven't seen a fastball.
Wind still blowing in. That's the American flag at center field. Flapping around out there. Outside. 2-2. Probably see multiple wheelbarrows or multiple bags of Diamond Dry coming out back. It's the hardest it's come down tonight. Hasn't started cooling yet. Grounds crew ready to do their jobs.
Infield still looks good.
Not like the hockey rink it looked like in Washington on Wednesday. Full count, 2 out, nobody on, 1-0. Red Sox. Danny Valencia is on deck. Do your best, stay dry. Easier said than done. Three-two. Crowded him. Walked him. 3rd walk. Comes with 2 outs here in the 6th. MLB.com at bat. It's your #1 mobile app for live Mariners baseball. Stay connected with a full customizable experience. Get Mariners home screen icons and app features as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, statcast news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Carl Willis, pitching coach, coming out.
Guys starting to move around in the bullpen for the Red Sox. 107 pitches, 63 strikes.
Heath Embry starting to heat up. Most of the fans have gone for cover. Danny Valencia, line drive single off the Green Monster in the 2nd inning. Thrown out trying to stretch it by Jackie Bradley Jr. 2nd time up, bounced into a double play. Long foul, strike 1. That is steady rain now. Oh, 1. Then in the 0-2 hole, 2 out, runner at first. I was checking the weather all day. The window for rain looked like it was going to be 3 to 5 p.m. and now here it is in the 9 o'clock hour, and it's coming down pretty hard.
Well, hopefully it won't last.
Two to Danny. Ball 1. Wind is now stopped. Flag hanging straight down in center field. Ball 2 strikes. Up this way, right above Rick Riz and Gary Hill on Mariners radio. This kind of rain gets old, doesn't it?
It does when you're trying to hit. You can see the rain coming off the brim of his hat. You have to try to keep the bat dry. Worried about throwing it.
Skip like a flat rock out in the outfield if you don't watch it.
I think its footing is still pretty good in the batter's box.
Ball 2 strikes. Strike 3 call. And in the words you've uttered on more than one occasion, it didn't have to be. 1-0 Red Sox. Any good odds on it anytime soon, I can tell you that. Here's Gallardo. First pitch in there for strike to Josh Rutledge. He knocked home the only run. Second inning RBI ground out. That is Steady rain. 2-1. Rutledge, Bradley Jr. and Vasquez 6, 7, and 8. Red Sox order 6 steady. Starting to see some pulling down the first base line.
Starting to shine a little bit on the infield. Gallardo at 92 pitches. His season high is 108. Again, nobody getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Backhanded by Segura. Safe.
Great effort. Gets rid of it quickly and has a lot on it. You can see him throw it back across his body. Similar to what we see from Cano, but that's all the way across the diamond. That's close.
Bill Kruger joins us right now and ask you and Mike, when it's constant rain like this, how did Bill start with you? How does this play on you as a baseball player, day after day, getting this kind of rain? That's a great point.
I think that when you're in it for a number of days in a row, you spend so much energy trying to stay dry. And for myself, hitting, it's annoying. We talked about it the other day, Dave. But I think that still the more difficult part of it when it gets like this is fielding and having to throw a wet baseball. That can be tough, especially if you have to put a lot on it. I would always try to shorten up a little bit so I could get rid of it quicker and not have to throw it quite so hard.
Yeah.
But it wears on you, and Bill's right, it is the same for everybody, but you're still spending a lot of energy just trying to stay dry.
So, Bill, how much were you into the newspapers for weather forecast coming up the next 3 days? This before making a start. Yeah, good point. All right, Bill, thanks so much. We'll check back with you again. Mariners postgame coming up a little bit later on, presented by Alaska Airlines. A walk by Gallardo, his 4th. Runners at 1st and 2nd now here in the 6th. Brings up Christian Vasquez, the catcher.
See how they want to play it. Nobody out with a couple of runners on. Number 8 hitter coming up. The Red Sox do not bunt much. They are 12th in the American League sacrificing. Seager is in on the grass at 3rd.
Rain's starting to let up a little bit. There's a strike. Red Sox 0 for 6, runners in scoring position. Over the bag. They get the 1 at 1st.
As good as a bunt.
Yes, indeed.
Too high for Gallardo to catch it. Out of his reach.
They get the one-out runners at second and third. Devin Marrero strikeout, the base hit to right.
He has pitched well. 100 pitches, 7 hits, just the 1 earned run so far.
John Farrell going to bring his trainer out. Checking with Jackie Bradley Jr. Valuable center fielder. John must have seen something. He's probably going to want to err on the side of caution.
With that, Mel Stottlemyre Jr. making a trip to the mound.
John's pleading with him to come out of the game.
I think he wants him to be honest with him.
Yeah. Take a look at what John saw early. Awkward slide. He hurt his knee earlier on the slide.
You can still see the brace that he wears.
Yeah. Big one.
Familiar with it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Looks like they fit a lot of old linemen with that stuff as a preventative.
Right.
You know, before they even have an injury.
Infield is in.
One out, runners at second and third, drawn in infield. 9-hole hitter, Marrero. Ball 1. He struck out, single to right. Pitch. Jab by Mike. 2-0.
Altavilla ready to go in the bullpen. Gallardo at 102 pitches. You see Dan ready.
Mike Hampton, bullpen coach. Two-0 pitch. 3-0.
Kyle does that all the time. Nothing wrong with it.
You ever pick up stuff?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Here comes a bunt. Be ready. Bases are loaded. 1 out. 5th walk. 2nd of the inning. Nothing lead right now. Opportunity here for the Sox with 1 out.
Looks like Scott is going to stay with the veteran. Gallardo, 104 pitches again. His season high is 108.
Betts with a fly to center. Ground out the first and bounced into a double play. There's a double play depth right now. Pounds in a strike.
The part about it is Dan at times this year has had some command issues, and the base is loaded. Difficult situation to bring him in.
On 1 to Betts, looking for a double play ball. Bounce on, it gets away, and the runners are going to advance. Play at the plate, there is none. 2-0 Red Sox. Rutledge scores. Everybody else moves up.
A wild pitch. It's on a breaking ball. Gets past Mike. Gallardo has been able to make his pitches when he's been in trouble this evening. The Red Sox are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, but that one gets away from him.
2-0 and a 1-1 pitch here to Mookie Betts after the wild pitch. Infield comes up close again.
And another look at it. You see the breaking ball spinning sideways.
Two and one to count. Now even at 2-2. Two runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. No runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors by the Mariners. Thought the rain was en route to maybe dialing back. The wind has, but now as I look out, the wind's starting to pick up again. So it's a bothersome little rainstorm here. 2-2. The full count. Andrew Benintendi's on deck. Infield hit a walk, ground out, moves the runners up. Second and third, a walk loads them. Wild pitch scores a run. Now you're 3-2. Here's Benintendi on deck. Full count here to Mookie Betts.
Really good pitch by Gallardo. He wasn't going to do much with it. You can see it on the corner at the knees. Mike making a trip out to the mound. 110 pitches. That's a season high for him. And we'll take a look at the last pitch. See the pitches.
Wow.
Yeah, starting to mount up on him.
4 innings of 21 or more. Pull foul.
A pretty good curveball down out of the strike zone, trying to get him to chase it, swing at it, but able to foul it off.
Mariners have had their chances. They've left 6 men on through 6 innings. 2-0 here with 1 out. Runners at second and third. They're not booing. They're saying Mookie. Rain pooling down the first baseline without territory. Big pitch. Walked in. Bases are loaded again. Third walk in the inning, 6 for the ball game. And here comes Scott Service. That'll be it for Gallardo. Bases loaded, 1 out. Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pen. Gonna bring in Dan Altavilla. Loaded down 2-0 here in Boston. And Gallardo on the night with 6 walks, 5 strikeouts, Mike.
We talked about the Red Sox leading the league in hitting as a team, and he had to pitch out of a lot of trouble, but he was able to do it for the most part. Defense helping him out. There's a double play, 6-4-3. Get out of an inning. Topped out at 96 miles an hour. Had a good curveball tonight. I think overall, he was very careful in this inning. And take a look at his line. 5 1/3, 7 hits, 2 runs they were earned, 6 walks, 3 of them in this inning, 5 strikeouts, 112 pitches, 67 of those for strikes.
Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pen, and it brings us to Dan Altavilla.
16 appearances on the year, ERA over 6. Was hitting .306. He's given up 4 home runs. Good fastball, mid to upper 90s with a hard slider.
And then he needs an out right now as we check in with Angie Mente. All right, Angie, thank you very much. The rain still coming down. And the Mariners want to keep this right here at a 2-0 deficit. Big spot here for Dan Altavilla. He's going to be facing the left-hand hitting Andrew Benintendi. 0 for 3 tonight.
And the bases loaded, just the 1 out. Gallardo responsible for all the runners.
Good diamond dry throughout the infield and around home plate. Wind not a factor, but rain still coming down. Oh, and it gets through Mike. You can't find it. Runner's going to score. 3-0 Red Sox. First pitch.
That would be a pass ball. So far they've scored on a wild pitch and now a pass ball.
So 2nd and 3rd now.
Fastball, 95 miles an hour. Typically no problem for Mike, but doesn't handle it that time. It goes off the thumb of his glove.
3-0 Sox. Infield comes in close again. This one popped up foul. Two runs in, runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. One and 2 to Benintendi. He's a 6th man to the plate. Guerrero at 3rd, Betts at 2nd.
Pretty good battle and a good pitch right there. 97 miles an hour on the corner.
Clean catch by a fan in the upper deck. Wild pitch and pass ball. Brought home 2 runs for the Sox here in the 6th. Rain starting to dissipate now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Nasty breaking ball.
Gets him on a really good slider after a number of fastballs away from him. Buries the slider on his back leg, get the strikeout.
Brings up Bogarts and an infield hit wrapped around 2 strikeouts. Ball 1. Still coming down here in Boston, but more like a misting machine now. Fans behind 2-0. Foul over Brian Butterfield, the third base coach. He's far down the line, just like we saw in Washington the last few days. Bob Henley.
Last fastball at 97 miles an hour. And on his hands.
Two and 1. Ball 3. On deck hitter Henley Ramirez. You can see the rain almost come to a stop. Strike 2. Bogarts does not get the free pass. Not on that pitch.
That helped him out a little bit. See that pitch in off the plate.
Very important pitch here at 3-2. Walk, giving the bases are loaded again. Fourth walk in the inning.
We have Hanley Ramirez. He's been on base all 3 times. Double, run scored, a walk, and a base hit.
Hanley's the 8th man to the plate here in inning number 6. He will be in full attack mode here. Batting cleanup tonight. Bases loaded. An 0-1 pitch. High ball left field. Can of corn for Taylor Motter. So the Sox get a run on a wild pitch and a pass ball and leave them loaded. They have taken the lead to 3-0. very much, and most likely we will see him Wednesday against Colorado. Here's Eduardo Rodriguez. His day is over.
We talked about it. He's been hot for the Red Sox, and he pitched well in tonight's game. 6 innings, 5 hits, did not give up a run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 112 pitches. Embry will take over. 23 appearances on the year, ERA just over 4, 23 strikeouts, over 5 walks. In 22 innings, opponents hitting .298. He's given up a couple of home runs.
Rain now has been dialed way back. Still coming down, but not as bad as it was about 15 minutes ago.
Manageable.
Yeah. To be a battle of the flow here with Taylor Munner facing off against Heath Embry. A lot of guys are doing it. Woo! Strike one. Munner tonight lined out to left and fly to right. The end of the bat. Coming in, Mookie Betts. Away. One down here in the 7th. Break up the work week. Take in a Mariners game next Wednesday when the Mariners play host to the Rockies. First pitch will be at 7:10. It's a Safeco Insurance triple play ticket night. That means you can purchase a seat, a hot dog, a Pepsi, or beer for as low as $26. Details at mariners.com/specials. Ben Gamble. Strike one.
0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for Ben. One swinging, one looking.
And behind 0-2.
Pretty good fastball. Right at the top of the strike zone, 96 miles an hour.
Jackie Bradley Jr. and make that Benintendi on their track. Makes the play. We will be on the air tomorrow, 12:30 Pacific time. Century Link brings you What's Next. Brian Johnson, a left-hander, get the second stint with the ball club. And Rob Whalen, we get a chance to see him. No wins down in Tacoma. 18 strikeouts over 10 walks. Quick 2 outs, 7th inning. Here's Mike Zunino. Fly to left and walked. Woo! Sox got a run with an RBI ground out from second baseman Josh Rutledge in the 3rd. 8 men to the plate in the 6th inning. Featuring 4 walks. A wild pitch scored 1 run. A pass ball accounted for another. Zunino back this week after stint in Tacoma. One and two. In the rain, it's the lightest it has been since it started falling. Almost complete stop now. And Mike's gone. Strike 3 called. Embry comes in, throws a 1-2-3 7th against the bottom 3rd of the order of the Mariners. 3-0 Red Sox. the crowd to play Washington's lottery. Play today. The old State House here in Boston. Twice this month we've been at two of the foremost cradles of liberty in the United States of America, Philadelphia, saw Independence Hall, and now here in Boston. Right now the Mariners offense not clicking at all, trailing 3-0 to the Sox. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew on hand. A wild pitch, pass ball, brought home a run in the 6th, an RBI ground out in the 2nd inning, accounting for all 3 runs here. Dan Altavilla, he's on in relief of starter Giovanni Gallardo.
I think the Mariners were hoping after scoring 4 runs yesterday, things will start moving in the right direction for the offense. They'd only scored 1 run in each of the previous 5 games. It's been a struggle tonight.
Indeed it has been. Mitch Moreland, Josh Rutledge, and Jackie Bradley Jr. here against Altavilla, 5, 6, and 7. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to report the rain has stopped.
Yep.
Barnes out there. That's Matt Barnes. He's involved in that controversy. They played the Baltimore Orioles, throwing at Manny Machado and observing suspension. What do you think of Pedroia saying, "Hey, it wasn't me"? They caught him on camera saying, pointing, talking to the Oriole, and to Manny, "Hey, it wasn't me."
What did I think about what part of it?
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, let's set a spell. There's Pedroia, the knee injury that he experienced after Manny Machado slid into him. It was a late slide. It wasn't a malicious slide. I didn't think it was.
It was a late slide that caused him to go over the base. I didn't think he was trying to do anything either. But that being said, he still ended up getting him on the other side of the base. And I know what you were talking about with Pedroia. I saw the highlights of him saying that it wasn't him. And I think the reason why he's saying that because Manny had talked to him already before that.
Said, "Dude, I wasn't trying to get you, not at all."
And so you would think that'd be the end of it. But sometimes the pitchers take it into their own hands, make a statement. Hopefully it's over and done with.
Moreland strikes out. In the meantime, knowing that this was going to happen, that was going to be rain here tonight, that's why we're not seeing Pedroia. Listening to John Farrell before the game, he was adamant, "I am not putting that guy at risk." Had bad conditions last night, and he was not going to double down on it. Here's Rutledge.
He's leaving the game yesterday.
Yeah. Second K there for Altavilla.
Man is throwing hard tonight. Looks like he has a pretty good slider too. He's hit 97 a number of times. And he's throwing strikes. 20 pitches, 13 strikes for him.
Rutledge manning second base tonight for Pedroia. 0-2. Gamble gonna put it away. 2 outs. Time now for our Who Am I, presented by Heritage Distilling Company's BSB. First round draft pick, Mariners in '82, debut a year later, traded to Boston with Dave Henderson in '86 and played 63 straight airless games with the Montreal Expos in 1990. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. Scored on a pass ball in the 6th. They walked, moved to second on a ground out, moved to third on a wild pitch, scored on a pass ball. Doubled back in the 2nd. Oh, 1-2. Mariners will have the top of the order in the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Very good inning by Dan Altavilla. 2 strikeouts, 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Segura, Heredia, and Cano when we return to Fenway Park. Baseball and Root Sports is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come try the sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger combo for $4.99, limited time only. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Rainy, chilly night here in Boston. Rain has stopped. Cell has moved through. Right now the Mariners running out of time here as we go to the 8th inning, down 3-0. And new pitcher, third of the night, is Matt Barnes.
21 appearances, a 3-1 record, 3.48 ERA, 23 strikeouts, 10 walks in 20 2/3, so he can get wild. Opponents hitting just 192 against him.
It'd be incumbent upon the Mariners to try to get runs in the lead, not have to face Kimbrel in a tight situation or game.
What a year he's having. He's been overpowering, dominant.
20 2/3 innings, 40 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponents, wow, 0.87 batting average against.
And a right-hander has not been able to get a hit off of him this year, so you want to get something right here. Make it happen in this inning.
Chopped it off the plate.
Could be a start.
And he's aboard. He's hit Segura, his second infield hit, third hit of the night. A little more chop right off the plate.
Yep. Gets the big bounce, and once it's in the air and you can see the third baseman backing up, he was going to beat it out. There's too much speed. As Dave mentioned, his second infield hit. Marrero getting rid of it quickly.
There's already a 1 for 3 first inning single to left. One, two. Guillermo, you got Cano and Cruz and Seager still to come. Coming in, Betts. Going out, second baseman Mookie runs it down. Fair territory. One out, Let's revisit. Who am I? First round pick of the Mariners. Debuted a year later. Traded to Boston with Hendu and 63 straight errorless games with the Expos in 90. Who was it, Mike? Any idea?
I think that it might be Spike Owen.
Let's see. You are correct, sir. Immortal words of Ed McMahon.
Good fielding shortstop.
Yes, he was.
At the University of Texas.
Mm-hmm. One out, one on. Here's Robbie Cano. Sent Jackie Bradley Jr. to the track in center field. Last time up in the 6th. 2 groundouts prior to that.
Not much of a lead for Segura. Barnes has a good fastball. He'll be 94 to 96 miles an hour. So Cano's average right at 300.
Way out front.
Just cheating, taking a chance that he was going to get a fastball. Off speed pitch, way out in front of it.
14 career home runs here at Fenway Park. Robinson Cano.
See him pick up a base hit right here with Nelson Cruz waiting on deck.
Good plan. That is at the top of the to-do list. 0-1. Comes a 1-1 pitch. Infield shifted over towards the right. Long hold by Barnes. And the count goes to 2-1. Robbie Scott, 63, warming up. Two and one to Cano. Two and two. Mariners have left a runner on in the first, second, third, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Segura is not going anywhere. 3-0 with down 3-0.
And probably a slow track.
Oh, you count on that. Beating high heat. Out of the zone. 2 down.
See the high target. He's able to hit it with a good fastball.
Brings up Nelson Cruz 0 for 3 tonight. 3 groundouts. on to Nelly. Big 3-run homer yesterday. Mariners needed it so desperately in the 6th. They were down 2-0. Rode it out for home run number 12. Career blast number 296. Ground ball to third. Short way, and that'll do it. Quiet inning, the 8th for the Mariners, who trail 3-0. And last night in a win against the Texas Rangers in the rain last night as well. And a swing and a ball hit him. John, they didn't challenge it properly. And then Kimbrel strikes out the next 3 guys. They gave him 20 for the night. That's tying a major league record, and his numbers have been sensational. Look at that. A mini countryman player profile. Look at that. 0.53.
23 strikeouts, no walks. And he is getting loose.
Steve Cishek taking over for the Mariners.
Just 3 appearances on the year for him, inning in 2/3. His fastball will be in the low 90s, 90-91 with a slider.
Vasquez, the catcher, leading off. Then Marrero, the third baseman, and Mookie Betts, the right fielder, 8, 9, and 1. Started under very cloudy conditions back at 7:10 Eastern time, and those clouds eventually came in and pulled the lever and dumped a whole bunch of rain here, and it's picked up again now. There's a base hit. Vasquez. 0-2 pitch. Come out to the ballpark and celebrate Play Ball Weekend on Sunday, June 4th. The Mariners will be hosting the Rays at 1:10. All kids 14 and under will take home a Mariners Playground bat and ball set. For tickets, go to mariners.com. Attendance tonight, 35,080. Many have sought shelter under the grandstand. Devin Marrero, the third baseman, strikeout, single, and a walk.
And As you can tell, it started raining again.
Weather forecast said to be good for tomorrow. Showing cloudy, topping at 58. Two and one. Cishek, all of spring training. Left hip labrum issue. Back in the count at 2-2. Break ball hit off the end of the bat. Cishek back in the bullpen for the Mariners. Veteran presence working his way back, trying to get back to part of the form he enjoyed last year. 2-2. Two. Foul back.
One of the things that we want to see from Steve is his velocity start to get back to where it was. We've seen 91 a couple of times here in the inning. Typically when he is completely healthy, he's 91 to 93 with a pretty good slider.
2-2 pitch. Here we go, 2-2. What a battle.
You can see that last breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat.
Run full. And all over the map. 3-2. Mookie Betts on deck. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Boy, this is getting into epic territory here.
10 pitches in this at bat, 13 pitches overall, 10 strikes for Steve.
So Chapper get the lead runner. Mookie Betts.
Yeah, this will be his 4th plate appearance. Should be 5th. 5th plate appearance.
Not exactly 3 hours and 1 minute ago. It's 59 degrees and very cloudy. Endured rain for, say, about the last hour.
Yeah.
Easily the last hour. check. Throws a don't get Mookie. Boy, that's scary with that bat coming right back at you. And impaled, it looked like
half of it sticking in the ground.
It's like you're at a Southern Cal game or Florida State football game when they come out and put the spear or the sword in the ground. Steve's height, big advantage right there.
Just shatters the bat.
Brings up Benintendi. Struck out his last 2 times out, put up an 0 for 4 night. Mariners in the 9th against Kimbrel will have Seager, Valencia, and Motter. Sox number 1. Make that number 5 in stolen bases. Number 5. Betts 7 for 8. Benintendi 7 for 8. Bogart's 8 for 8. We've seen our share of rain. Meanwhile, what, 80 degrees and sunny back in Seattle. Gets into this one pretty good, but Gamble's right there. That'll do it. Here we go. Last ups here for the Mariners. Craig Kimbrel, who has been pretty much impenetrable, be coming on. It's 3-0 Boston. Tell you that right now, 3-0 Red Sox. And Craig Kimbrel face Kyle Seager, Danny Valencia, and Taylor Motter. His numbers are off the chart, spectacular.
ERA under 1, 40 strikeouts to 2 walks in 20 2/3. Fastball mid to upper 90s with a hard slider.
Specifically broke down in the month of May. 1-0, 4 saves, 9 in the third inning, 1 hit, no runs, 20 Ks, no walks. Yikes. That's a killer right there. It's bad enough he's throwing 96 plus, then he breaks that thing off on you.
Well, that's the reason why right-handers are 0 for 37 against him.
Looking back, ground ball to the second baseman, Rutledge, 1 away. Red Sox are Kimbrel's 3rd team. He has amassed 268 saves in his 8 seasons. With Atlanta, 4 consecutive years as an All-Star from 2011 to 14, and made it again last year. And Atlanta, 46, 42, 50, and 47 saves. San Diego, 39 and 15. Last year, 31 for Boston with a 2-6 record. First pitch, strike to Valencia. Hit the other way. Oh, nice play by Moreland. Kimbrel gets there, 2 down. Oh, man. Nice play. Takes a base hit away from Danny Valencia.
Great play.
My goodness.
The diving effort is one thing, but then to throw it from his knees, and he leads Kimbrel as Kimbrel gets off the mound right away and hits him in stride. Can't do it any better than that.
Quick 2 outs here in the 9th. In the rain here in Boston. Rising to its feet here. Swing and a miss.
That fastball at 98 miles an hour on the inside corner. Six pitches, 6 strikes.
Oh, nasty. I mean, actually, that's beyond whatever's beyond nasty. That's what it was.
What it was 87 slider on the outside black. Perfect pitch.
Late movement. Spectacular. My goodness. 0-2 pitch.
Top of the strike zone, fouling it off.
Has been a force. Lee High School, Huntsville, Alabama. 0-2 pitch. Crowd disappointed. He didn't throw a strike. Here we go, 1-2. Up the middle, second baseman Rutledge, and that is your ball game. 3-0 Boston, 5th consecutive win for the Red Sox. They got just enough. An RBI ground out in the 2nd, a wild pitch and a pass ball, scored runs in the 6th. The Mariners couldn't do anything with the pitching of the Red Sox.
No, you can see it right there. Not able to score a run, just the 6 hits overall. They're going to have to find some offense, and hopefully that'll start tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Weather conditions said to be much better coming up tomorrow. For Mike Blowers and Dave Sims, Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Angie and Bill.